I came home from work. Found blood on the kitchen floor. Not much. Just a few streaks. Like someone cut their hand. Tried to wipe it up. But quit halfway. Door was unlocked. Her keys were there. So was her purse. But Kara was gone. I called her. Nothing. I called her sister. Then her boss. Then her best friend. No one had heard from her since morning. Laptop still open on the table. Zoom call paused at 9:12 a.m. Groceries from the night before still unpacked. I waited. Too long maybe? Then I called the cops. They showed up. Took photos. Marked the blood. Asked the usual. When did I last see her? Were we fighting? Did she have anyone who'd want to hurt her? No. 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 They found her car the next morning. 30 minutes out. Near a trail she never visited. Driver door open. One shoe in the grass. No Kara. People stared. Whispered. You know how it goes. They always look at the husband. But I kept searching. Kept hoping. I never moved. Never changed the locks. Left the porch light on. Every night. For 381 nights. And then on night 382. I saw her. 3 states away. Behind the counter at a coffee shop. Shorter hair. New name. Different everything. I said her name. Soft. Kara. And she looked me dead in the eyes. And said, You have the wrong person. I couldn't breathe. She just stood there. Face blank. Hands steady. As if I was a stranger. But it was her. Kara. I said her name again. A little louder. Her mouth didn't move. I reached for my phone. Opened a picture from our wedding. Held it up. Her eyes flicked to it. Then back to me. Still no reaction. I asked. Why? She said. I'm sorry. You've made a mistake. Then she turned. Walked into the back. Just like that. I stood there. In that cafe. Hand shaking. Face burning. A couple kids in line behind me. Probably thinking I was crazy. I left. Drove 6 hours without stopping. Home felt wrong. Air too still. Walls too close. I didn't tell anyone. Not yet. Who would believe it? I started digging. Searched every name on that cafe's schedule. Found the one she was using. Rebecca Lane. Fake ID. Fake socials. All set up a few months ago. Clean. She'd built a new life. On purpose. I went to the police. Showed them the photo. They didn't say it, but I saw it in their eyes. They thought I was losing it. Imagining. Grieving too long. Seeing ghosts. But I knew. I knew my wife's face. Her voice. Her stillness. She didn't vanish. She disappeared herself. And I needed to know why. I started replaying everything. The year before she vanished. What did I miss? There were signs. I see that now. She started going quiet. Not cold. Just gone. Inside herself. I thought it was work. Or winter. Or just us being tired. We stopped doing things together. She said she was too busy. Her mother was sick. Her deadlines were brutal. She needed space. I gave it to her. Every time. And I thought that was love. One night I came home. She was crying. I asked what was wrong. She said nothing. She said she was fine. I believed her. Because I wanted to. I think she knew that. A month later she deleted her old email. Said it was spammed. Started a new one. New passwords. New phone plan. I thought. Sure. People change things. It's normal. Except now I know it wasn't. I went through old bank statements. She'd been pulling small amounts. Cash withdrawals. Nothing obvious. But regular. Steady. Like she was building an escape fund. She stopped posting online. Stopped texting her sister as much. Even unfollowed old friends. Quietly. Like she was erasing her reflection. One layer at a time. I never saw it. Never even questioned it. I was too busy worrying about work. Thinking we were fine. Then I found something else. In a storage bin under the stairs. Inside an old hiking bag. A prepaid phone. No contacts. No messages. Just one number in the call history. I called it. A man answered. Said hello? Then hung up. I called again. This time it rang once. Then silence. I waited. But no one ever called back. I drove back to the town. Where I saw her. Walked into that coffee shop again. She wasn't there. I asked the girl behind the counter. Young. Blue hair. Nose ring. I said. Is Rebecca working today? She said. No. She quit last week. Moved out of town. Fast. I asked. Did she say where she was going? She hesitated. Looked me over. Then said. Are you a cop? I said. No. I'm her husband. Her face changed. Like she knew something. Something bad. She said. She told me she was running from someone. Never said who. Just that he'd find her eventually. That hit me hard. Because I never chased her. Never raised a hand. Never gave her a reason to fear me. Unless silence counts. Unless not noticing counts. I asked. Did she seem scared? Or just done? The girl thought for a second. Then said. Both. I left my number. Told her to call me if she heard from her. Then I drove to a motel. Sat there for hours. Staring at that prepaid phone. The one I found in her bag. I finally texted the number. Just one line. Who are you? No answer. 3 hours later. A reply. You shouldn't be doing this. That's all it said. Nothing else. No name. No threat. Just that. You shouldn't be doing this. But I was in too deep. I'd already lost her once. I wasn't losing her again. Not without knowing what the hell she was running from. Or who she really was. I started looking deeper. If Kara was living under another name, maybe she'd done it before. I went back through everything. Old files. Photo folders. Even her yearbooks. I found one picture. Senior year. The caption said Kara Mendez. But her maiden name was Price. Always Price. Even on our marriage license. I googled Kara Mendez. Nothing. Then tried a few forums. Databases. Buried deep. I found a case file. Runaway. Age 15. Disappeared from Arizona. Mother reported her missing. No follow-up. No arrests. Case closed 6 months later. Her face was younger. Thinner. But I recognized her. Same eyes. Same scar above the eyebrow. I kept reading. Her father had died in a fire. Suspected arson. She was the last person seen with him. No charges filed. Family gone. Case cold. Was that her? Was that Kara? I didn't want to believe it. But if it was true, she didn't just leave me. She'd been leaving her whole life. I printed the file. Every page. Every name. Every address. And then I noticed something. One of the investigators. Retired now. Still lived near that town. I called. Left a message. Told him I was looking for someone. And that I thought she might have changed her name. He called back the next day. Voice rough. Low. He said. If this is who I think it is, you're too late to save her. But maybe you can stop what's coming next. Then he hung up. I drove 6 hours. Small town. Dusty roads. Dead trees. Nothing but sun and silence. His house was on the edge of a field. Faded porch. Rusted mailbox. Looked like it hadn't seen a visitor in months. He opened the door. Old man. Gray beard. Eyes that had seen too much. He didn't ask who I was. Just said, "You're here for her, aren't you?" I nodded. He led me inside. Smelled like coffee and smoke. We sat at his kitchen table. He lit a cigarette. Looked at me for a long time. He said, "She wasn't born Kara. That name came later. She changed names the way most people change coats. Always running. Always one step ahead." I asked, "Why?" He said, "She was smart, manipulative, and scared. The kind of scared that sinks into your bones." Then he told me about the fire. Her father. How the neighbors heard shouting. Then an explosion. Nothing proved. No witnesses. No camera. Just a girl who walked away. And never came back. He said. I looked into her. Too late. She vanished before I could talk to her. Just like she vanished from you. I asked. "Do you think she's dangerous?" He didn't answer at first. Just looked out the window, watching wind move the grass. Then he said, "I think she's good at surviving. Whatever it takes. Whoever it costs." I left his house with more questions than answers. But one thing was clear. She didn't want to be found. Not by me. Not by anyone. And I was starting to wonder if maybe I never really knew her at all. 3 nights later, I got a message. No name. No number. Just words. "Stop digging. Meet me where it ended." Nothing else. I stared at it for an hour. Heart beating too loud to think. Where it ended. Could have meant anything. But I knew. The trail. Where they found her car. The first place she left herself behind. I went. No hesitation. Just headlights. And fear. Cold and sharp. I got there just before midnight. Full moon. Wind cutting through the trees. No one else in sight. And then she stepped out. From behind a tree. Hood pulled low. Same posture. Same walk. But older. Harder. We stood there. 10 feet between us. No words. Just breathing. Then she said, "You shouldn't be here." I asked, "Why did you leave me?" She looked down. Kicked the dirt with her boot. "I never meant to stay. You were just safe." I asked, "Was anything real?" She said, "I tried to make it real. For a while. But the past. It doesn't die. It follows. And eventually, it eats whatever piece you build." I asked, "Was I part of the lie? From the start?" She didn't answer. Not directly. She said, "I'm not who you think I am. And I never was." I said, "I don't care. I still want you back." She shook her head. "You don't want me. You want the version you built in your head. I'm not that girl. And you're not that man anymore either." I stepped closer. She didn't move. I whispered, "Then why did you ask me to come?" And she said, "Because I needed to look you in the eyes. Before I disappeared for good." She turned. Started walking away. No rush. Like she knew I wouldn't stop her. And I didn't. I just stood there. In the dark. Watching the only person I ever chased. Disappear one more time. No police. No screaming. No closure. Just her. Fading into the trees. I waited there. Until the sun came up. Never moved. A week passed. Then 2. I got no more messages. The prepaid phone went dead. I filed the report. Again. But no one listened this time. No body. No crime. Just absence. The kind of absence that feels louder than noise. I went back to our house. The porch light was still on. But something inside me was off. For good. I don't dream about her. Not really. But sometimes I'll wake up. And swear I hear her voice. Saying my name. Soft. close. And I wonder if any of it meant anything. If I was just a place she stayed. Until it got too warm. Too safe. Too real. People ask if I hate her. If I regret it all. But I don't. You can't hate someone who never really belonged to you. And regret. That's just another kind of weight. So I carry it. In silence. In memory. In the light I never turn off. Just in case. One day. She knocks. The end.